Good morning, Holiday. So first I just want to say Happy New Year's to my family in Guam and Happy New Year to our son in Japan. If I had my whatchamacallit, I would babe, why don't we have one of those noise makers for New Year's? um but hold on one second. Here. Try my bell. Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's Eve to the rest of us here in the U.S. Let me see if I can, how this comes out. If this is going to come out right. It's going to come out upside down and backwards. Yep, it sure did, huh? Does it say Happy New Year? Okay, there we go. Happy New Year. Okay. So, in case you didn't see the thumbnail, ooh, no, don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. That's not what I wanted. Guess I should have put it in a slightly bigger, just so I can mix it. But anyways, good morning, Holiday, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. Before I continue on with the live stream, I just wanted to let everybody know or remind, I do have another scheduled live stream set for Friday, January 2nd, 2026. It's going to be my first challenge of the new year with DoorDash. So please go check out that scheduled live stream and hit the notification button so that way you'll remember to join me Friday afternoon. But all right, let's get started with the cooking. So again, if you're already following my channel, I do a little bit of everything. That's why my channel name is GigLife-N-More. I cook, we travel, we sightsee, do gig work with delivery basically. But today's live stream is going to be about cooking. And this is going to be my second attempt at making biscuits from scratch. The first time I made it, it didn't come out as big or as thick as I was wanting it to. I still don't have an actual cookie, I mean not cookie, a dough cutter to make the bigger biscuits. So let me see, do we? We don't have, see, I do have something that's large. Do I have something big enough to make the large round cut? I don't think so. I still don't have that, so shame on me. But anyways, hopefully this time around, at least I get the thickness right. So, according to the recipe that I'll be following, it just calls for flour, baking powder. I don't have buttermilk, so I just made the homemade recipe, which you can use milk and vinegar or freshly squeezed lemon juice. And in this case, I've got vinegar sitting in here with milk. And I've already been letting it sit for about 5 minutes. The vinegar is going to cause the milk to curdle, which is fine. And this is going to thicken up as it sits, which is why before I went live, I went ahead and, made my buttermilk from scratch. Because this is also what I do when I make my pancakes. And the other thing is butter. But I'm keeping the butter in the fridge because when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the butter is cold. You don't want it to be melting when you're making the biscuit dough. And then while the biscuits are going to be baking, I'm also going to be making scrambled eggs and sausage. So a mess right here already with my buttermilk. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started on making the dough. I'm going to first turn on the oven. All right, let's get positioned. My hair standing up in the back. Hopefully I don't continue to show the back side. Don't pay attention to the back of my head. My hair apparently is standing up. All right. So let's go back to my recipe. Not my recipe, but the recipe that I'm getting from online. All right, actually it says to preheat the oven to 400, but again, I know my oven, I'm not going to set it to the exact, wow, I don't remember it being that high. Okay, so I'm not setting it as high as it's recommended on this recipe, because again, I know my oven does heat up pretty well. So anyway, so it does call for 2 cups flour. And I am just using regular all-purpose flour. One tablespoon, oh, that's tablespoon baking powder. I need to buy me some more baking powder. I do too much baking, apparently. All right, so that was, all right, so I'm missing people popping into the chat. Who's here? Good morning, Nieces. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year's Eve. For whatever reason, the chat is not showing up on my other device here, so but good morning. Hey, Carl. Good afternoon. Happy New Year's Eve. All right, so that was 1 cup. Let's go ahead and add the second one. All right, so from here, this is where we're going to go ahead and add about a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. You want to make sure that it stays cold. I am just making sure that the baking powder is well incorporated into the flour. So this is something else important whenever you're making biscuits from scratch. It does call for unsalted butter, but I rarely carry unsalted butter. So I am using salted. This is a sweet cream brand, which I prefer when I am making biscuits to use this because it came out really good the last time. Although the last time I did have unsalted. So if you have to use salted butter, no salt, because that's going to make your biscuits come out too salty. But from this step here, we are to add 1/4 cup. So a 1/4 cup says 4 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is about half the stick. So I am just marking, so then that way I know where I am to stop. And I'm just cutting, I mean, as you can tell, the butter is still very cold, which is what we want. All right, so there's that. And because I do have my oven on, I'm going to go ahead and scoot over, because the surface of the stove is going to start to get a bit warm. And we don't want our butter to melt. So from this point, we are basically going to be combining the butter and the flour until it forms like a crumble consistency. So I'm just pushing or combining the butter and the flour together. It's a bit of a workout with this one here. You could use a what do you call that? A pastry cutter, I guess, for this step, but I don't think I have that. Like I said, this is a bit of a workout for my hands. What? Those aren't no. What is that, Nieces? What did you say? Those aren't no whoop biscuits. My hubby's supposed to be helping me keep up with the chat. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Oh my goodness. If anybody has never made dough, or especially biscuits from scratch, if there's a device that's, supposed to help do this step, unless you have great hand dexterity or strength or whatever, I'd use that.
She said, canned biscuits.
Oh, and the noise that it makes when it pops open. No. Did I tell you what happened Did I tell you guys what happened one time when I was opening up the canned biscuits? Oh, I sure did get that. Let me see if I can make that now. I mean, when I opened up that can of biscuits, not only did it give me a loud pop sound, but it pretty much exploded. It exploded out of the can, and I didn't even have it sitting on the counter that long before I opened it up to bake it, but it exploded, and I even took a picture of it because it didn't just puff out of the can like it would normally do when you pop it open. It exploded. There was pieces of dough that had scattered because it popped out of there. I was like, oh my gosh. So now every time I try to open those things, I really kind of squint and try to prepare myself.
I know one time somebody forgot one rolled out of the bag.
Oh,
And it was left in the car.
yeah.
And then they went to go get back in the car and it was really hot. And it didn't turn loud.
Oh.
Loud pop.
Yeah, my husband was, yeah, my hubby was talking about how one of those canned biscuits had rolled out of the bag and was left in the car. And because the car started to get hot, when he got back into the car, the can exploded. And he thought that somebody was, shooting. I probably would have thought the same thing too. Okay, so after we do this part, we are to add, see, I don't know if you guys can see that now, but the flour does look a little bit more coarse as it says, and you got a lot of these crumbly parts in there, which is the butter, which is fine. I'm just trying to make sure there's no big chunks of butter. Little chunks is fine. The bigger chunks, okay, we should be good. But there you go. The butter is mixed in there. And then now we are going to add our buttermilk, which is milk and vinegar for homemade in case you don't have buttermilk in your fridge. We'll just stir this up one more time. All right, and we are supposed to just pour this in here. Like I said, this is only my second time making biscuits from scratch. And then we are supposed to combine this. It says not to overdo it.
I'm not sure like that suggestion from whichever comment you were reading earlier about making fudge from scratch. It sounds like a good idea.
Someone made a comment about making fudge from scratch. What?
I thought that's what you were talking about earlier.
Oh no, it was because of your search.
Oh. Well, I know how to make it.
The hubby has been wanting me to make fudge from scratch using what do you call that? The marshmallow
Yep.
jet puff. All right.
Whatever marshmallow you want. Doesn't have to be jet puff. They just have a recipe. I don't know what it is about Texas. You go into the grocery stores anywhere in the South, you're gonna find fudge. I don't want to drive all the way up to Buc-ee's just to get fudge. It's friggin' 35-minute drive from here. Know what that
Yeah.
means? That's for every day. No
Can you grab a plate
No.
and
What plate?
set up so we can get the smoked sausage going, or the breakfast sausage? All right. This definitely, yeah, the little black plates. Put paper towel down on it. And, well, this definitely came out a lot better than the first one that I made. It seemed like it was going to be a little bit on the dry side. So that's a step forward. But now we are to put it on a floured surface. So, huh? However many we're gonna eat, maybe that.
Well, you're making gravy or no? Just
No.
biscuits? Oh, okay.
No gravy.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
All right. So now I'm gonna add some flour to my surface.
You don't want to do this yet, then?
The baking portion doesn't take long.
Yeah, it does. And the bacon doesn't, or I mean the, what you call it, don't take long.
Yeah, it says 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll do that whenever it's cooked. Once you put it in. Do that 20 minutes before that, or not 20 minutes. Yeah, do that time before you put it in, so.
All right. Let's get a little bit closer. I know I'm making more dishes for you, my love. Hmm? Good morning. Happy day. Hey, Ray. I did have you, I was in your live stream and I had it going until right before I went live. Thank you for popping in. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Okay, so I'm at the I don't know what it is about the cooking shows whenever they're working with flour, even watching at the pizza place. Their flour seems to be more fine because it looks like dust. All right, so from here, it says turn the dough out onto a floured surface and gently knead it a few times until it comes together, which I did. Roll out to about 1 inch thickness. Now this is, like I said, here's my dough. It's well combined. And it says not to over knead it because the warmth of your hands is going to start to melt the butter, and we don't want that, especially since the butter pieces are a lot smaller now. So I'm going to actually just use my hand to, well, hold on. Let me do it this. I forgot to prep the baking sheet, babe. Where you at? I need the baking sheet, so that's way. We're probably gonna need, we don't need the big one, the little one over there. So I'm actually not going to flatten it out because the last time that I made it too thin, I thought it was about 1 inch, but the biscuits were actually coming out about that. So I want them to be thicker. Not too much thicker, because then you're worrying potentially, you know, could overbake and burn your biscuit. Don't burn your biscuit. Don't burn the biscuit. Thank you, sir. All right, so let's see. Again, I do not have my biscuit cutter, so I'm just using my measuring cup. And there we go. You think that's too thin? I mean, it looks good. So we'll see. All right, get another one. I'm trying to get to as close as the edge as possible. My biscuits are going to be a little lopsided. That's okay. They are coming out nicely. They actually do look like the shape of the frozen biscuits. Look at that. And this should rise. It should, if anything, double the size. All right, so let's just press everything back together. You don't want to over knead it. So again, if you don't have an actual dough cutter, you can use a measuring cup. I'm just trying to make sure that, because that last one, when I combined it, that one might be too thick. What do you think? Compared to the, guess we will wait and see. And I don't think I can make anything out of this one. So let me see if I can roll it into a ball. It'll be a mini biscuit. All right, a mini biscuit. Place on baking sheet and bake for 12 to 15 minutes until golden brown. All right. So my oven is ready.
We're not talking candle wax on the nipples here. We're talking whips, chains.
What are you doing?
I was messing with it. I was changing out the wax in your freaking thing in the bathroom.
And you burned your hand?
Little wax all over my hand.
Aw.
And then figured I'd quote Kelly LeBrock from Weird Science.
Hey, Jenny. Half a day from Virginia. Okay, there you go. I don't know if you're still there or not, but there is my biscuits from scratch. I do have, if there's that oddball one right there, because it was just the remainder. So this is pretty much what 2 cups of flour, excuse me. This is what 2 cups of flour can make you. At least 6 biscuits, as long as you don't make them too thick. It does say about 1 inch, so that's where I'm at, except for my last 2. I think, especially this one and this one, is a little bit on the thicker side. So we will see how this turns out. And while this is baking, we are going to go ahead and start on the eggs and sausage. Oven opening. All right, so we're going to start with 12 minutes and go from there. Turning my stove on to start heating up my pan. And normally I do cook. I've done it cooking this over the stove, but I do love the joys of microwave. The benefit of a microwave. How many do you want, babe? 2 or 3? 3. All right. I'll just cook them all. Just that. Lay that over. I pop it into the microwave. Cover it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get started on the eggs. What am I missing over here? Okay. I should try getting that the egg cracker where you just put, that way there's less mess on your hands. One more. Where'd my fork go? Oh. I do add a splash of milk. I normally add cheese to my eggs, but when I made chicken enchiladas and my brunch burritos, I ended up using up all my cheese. So no cheese in my eggs this morning. Because I don't have my cheese, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt, because that's where I would get my salt from, is the cheese that I add. And of course, that's why I like using butter. Yes, it does. It does help. But that's the other reason why you want to make sure you do whisk your eggs, because otherwise you're going to get the bits of white in there. Because if you don't completely incorporate both the yolk and the egg whites, how's it going, Jenny? What do you have planned? What does everyone have planned for New Year's? I also like adding smoked paprika now to my eggs. We are going to a friend's house later. I am making black-eyed peas with greens, rice, and cornbread. Yummy! Yeah, we're heading over to Lexi's. And we're going to spend New Year's Eve down there. Oh. Let's see how the biscuits are looking. Oh, yes. Let's see if you guys can, well, sorry for the shakiness here. Hold on. Hi, Happy New Year's, everyone. Look at the biscuits. They're rising nicely. Sorry for the dirty screen there. But they are rising nicely. But time to turn the sausage and then continue cooking. You know, for the longest time, when it was time to scramble eggs, to cook eggs, for the longest time, I thought you're supposed to thoroughly cook the eggs all the way through. But after, I don't know how many years of watching cooking shows, especially when it comes to making scrambled eggs, that you're actually supposed to turn it off, remove it from the heat before it's 100% cooked. Because if you let it cook completely while it's still on the heat, that dries out your eggs. And I do notice a difference when I pay attention. When I pay attention to my eggs and turn off the heat, that my eggs don't I mean, they taste just a tad better when they're not dry. So it makes a difference. No rice. We're not doing rice. Well, actually, I don't even know what we're doing for dinner. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner. So I don't know if Lexi has something planned. But all I know is that I want to have one thing out of what we eat for dinner that is supposed to be good luck to ring in the new year. Tell me about it. Hey, ABC. Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Tell me about it. With the price of eggs and as much, I didn't realize, especially here for a while now, it's like even when I buy the huge pack of eggs, that's like 3 dozen eggs, I still go through eggs pretty quickly. I'm trying to keep them a little bit more solid because then when we put it between the biscuits, which I like to make the sandwich. Darn it, babe, we don't have cheese to go with our sausage, egg, and biscuit. Doggone it. Can't believe we don't have cheese. Ugh. Is that on the board? We need board. We need cheese. All right. Let me turn this off. Let me flip this because it is done. I am removing it from the heat. Uh-oh. And let's grab my biscuits. Oven open. Okay. I don't know if it's done. Are they done? The bottoms. So I'm just going to flip them. Look at the way. Yeah, I think I made that one too thick. So I'm just flipping these. But there's the biscuits. And I'm going to go ahead and take some butter. I can probably brush it on there, but I don't want to go ahead and melt it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom. We can have buttery biscuits. Like I said, I could probably have melted this butter but I just want a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. All right. So like I said, there's the biscuits. Let's check my sausages. Ooh. There's the sausages. So we got our eggs, our sausage, and our yummy biscuits. Now let's go ahead and like I said, this one here, look at that one, because I should have, what do you call that? Kneaded it a little bit more so it doesn't form those cracks right there. All right. Flaky, that's what we want. Look at that. There's my biscuits. Oh. Huh? And then that way it'll be a little easier to make my, turn them into sandwiches. Good morning, Presley. What's for dinner? What's for breakfast? The fact that it is just now after 10 o'clock and we are getting ready to eat breakfast. So, which is actually pretty good for us being that we tend to eat more brunch than breakfast. But Happy New Year! I think I'm going to be wearing this around.
Yeah, all twisted.
Well, that part. But I just wanted to make sure this actually says Happy New Year right here. And it is sunny out. So I'll either be wearing this on my forehead or wearing my hat and putting this on the outside. Because otherwise I might get a little bit of a tan line right there because
What the heck's going on here?
it's okay.
There it is.
SoCal, good morning. Half a day. Happy New Year's Eve. But again, just another shout out to my family in Guam, in Japan. Happy New Year. But this is what I just got through making for breakfast. I made biscuits from scratch. There, I cut one open. Look at that. Yummy.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
So that definitely, this is my second time making it, other than these two here, because once I was done cutting these pieces, I had to combine the dough again, and I guess I should have kneaded it just a little bit better so it doesn't look like that, to try and make it look more like this, but still. Looks isn't everything, right? As long as it tastes good. As long as it tastes good. But we're going to fill it with eggs and sausage. Woohoo! Don't forget to smash that like button, y'all. All right, let's go ahead and make one like I was saying, it's okay to turn it off before the eggs are 100% cooked, because you don't want to dry out your eggs. All right, so we put that there. And I have no cheese. It's not the same without cheese, but it'll work fine. And then take some of this Vermont breakfast sausage that I'm just cutting in half. I like to do the links. And then we put that there. We put this there. And normally there would be some cheese there, but this will do. And so this is an egg and sausage biscuit. There you go. What do you guys think? All right, this is so hot. It is flaky. I like how pieces are falling off. All right, let's try. Cheers. Mmm. So delicious. Oh my goodness. So good, baby. So good. Didn't think to cut the sausage in half. Great idea. That way it'll actually fit and it doesn't go rolling out. And this increases your, what do you call that? Getting a bite of sausage in every bite. Getting sausage in every bite. But there you go. You have my second attempt at making biscuits from scratch. And I think this batch came out a lot better than my very first one. And the more often I do it, the better I hopefully will get. But before I go, again, don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. But again, go to my channel, click the notify button on an upcoming live stream that I'm going to be doing this Friday, January 2nd. It's going to be my very first challenge of 2026. Woo! And it's going to be doing DoorDash. So go and click on that. I'm going to be accepting every offer with everyone's help through the super chat. I'll be setting a goal on that one. And the higher that I make with the super chats, the longer I'll actually run on accepting every offer on DoorDash. So make sure you guys come back and see me on Friday. Again, go to my channel, click on that notify button for the upcoming live stream from this Friday. And last and definitely not least, Happy New Year to everyone. May this new year bring everyone lots of happiness, great health, and if at all possible, even great wealth, and safety and love and many, many blessings to one and all. Until then, thank you guys, Situus Ma'asi, for watching and joining me on my live stream from my house
to yours.
Happy New Year. Adios for now. Bye, everyone.
Love you,
bye, Jenny.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye, everyone. Bye, nieces. Presley. Happy New Year.
Love you, bye, Drew Carey.
As Drew Carey would say on The Price is Right, love you, bye.